All right, guys, it is Friday. Oh, I meant to put on sunglasses, but I didn't. Oh, so it's Friday, everyone. I meant to put on sunglasses, but I forgot. I'm just walking. I'm actually trying to find the mailbox in these apartments. We haven't checked the mail since we moved in. I've been sending our packages to my mom's house, but I'm sure we've gotten mail. We've lived here for over 3 weeks now. But I don't know where our mailbox is. Like, I've driven past one, but I walked to that one today, and that's not ours. So I'm walking to the only other one that I know, like, where it is, and hoping that our mailbox is on that one. I just woke up from a nap. To be honest, it wasn't quite long enough. I set an alarm to go pick up Reagan, and again, it wasn't long enough. But then I woke up and Ruben had already gone to go pick her up, so I laid back down, but at that point I was already awake. I do think this is ours. Yes, this is ours. Okay. At that point I was already awake. But I am going to we have so much mail. I am going to Powerhouse to work on my routine, so I need to wake up and eat and get my life together so that I can be in the right mindset. So I am going to run halves today. I did find my wrist wraps. So that's the dumpster. So I'm happy about that, because this morning, if you guys recall, which was actually only like 5 minutes ago in this video, I said if I don't have my wrist wraps, I'm not going to be able to do these bounding skills and all that good stuff. So anyway, I feel good. Ruben rubbed my back with some of this like CBD stuff that I got from one of the shows, and it feels pretty good. So just gonna make up our pre-workout meal right now, and then decide which energy drink I'm gonna drink. Of course, that Rise Grape Kool-Aid is like giving me life these days, but I kind of want the Ghost Electric Limeade. I have a lot of flavors of energy drinks right now. Yesterday, Ruben told me I'm going a little crazy. It's because most times I go get an energy drink, I get more than one, because they're usually on sale. So if I get them from Grocery Outlet, they're super cheap, so I buy a bunch so I don't have to keep going back. And then I've been going to Vitamin Shop, and they're buy one, get one half off. So I always get a second one when I'm there. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might do pink C4. I don't think I want anything with beta-alanine, so probably not C4. Either Ghost or one of my Rise Kool-Aid ones. I have the Tropical Punch Kool-Aid and the Grape Kool-Aid. I think I'm feeling like I'm in the mood for grape, but I think I'm going to drink the Tropical Punch so that I can save grape for tomorrow. I don't know. We're going to find out. All right, y'all. I am headed to Powerhouse to do a routine practice. I got my wrist wraps. I got my shoes. I ended up going with the Electric Limeade Ghost, and I'm pretty much done with it. I realize, and I guess it doesn't really matter, because to be honest, these energy drinks are definitely giving placebo. I do not think the caffeine impacts my life at all. But I realize I need to start, like, if I want to finish my energy drink, I need to start it before I'm at the gym. Normally I like grab an energy drink on my way to the gym, and I have, however much, I sip it in the car, and then I get to the gym. But once I'm at the gym, like, I'm really not drinking the energy drink anymore. I'm usually drinking my water. Now, like, once I'm working out, now I'm drinking water. So I never finish my energy drink or even get close, and it's like kind of a big waste. So I was drinking it with my pre-workout meal, and so now it's almost done. So that once I start this practice, your girl is going to be drinking water. And that's that. So, headed to Powerhouse. There are no classes on Friday night, so hopefully, I'm assuming like a Friday afternoon is ideally going to be pretty slow. I still haven't found my earbud case, to be honest. I actually don't think it's in the box that I packed at my mom's. I think it might still be in that room somewhere. So that means I'm going to be playing music out loud. I might go to Walgreens and try to buy some earbuds, but Ruben always buys earbuds from Walgreens because he loses earbuds like so much. Sorry, I'm trying to find the one single earbud. There she is. And he buys like $50 earbuds. I'm like, I just want like $10 earbuds. I don't need new earbuds. Like, nice earbuds. And then I bought these ones from Big Lots, but they don't work. So I still got to return those, but I'm not doing that right now. So hopefully the room is empty so I can play my music out loud. Otherwise, I'm going to be SOL. Did I just say I'm going to go to Walgreens first? I can't even remember. I got to watch this clip back to see what I said I was going to do. I would say prep brain, but I think I'm just unwell. All right, y'all. We got new earbuds. They're pretty much just like my old ones, except they were only $10. So they're probably not going to be amazing. But to be honest, all I really care about is the shape. Because the way these ears are set up, you guys, I have like very small ears. So the earbuds that have like that little round thing at the end do not fit in my ears. That's why I like specifically like this shape earbud, because they stay in my ears. So these are those. And then so anyway, like I was saying, all I care about is the shape of them and that I can hear the music. I mean, I don't need like high quality sound. I just want to be able to hear the music in my earbuds. And like I said, they're only $10. So even if they're not amazing, they're only $10. They're great for backup earbuds until I find the case to my JBLs. So yeah, that's it. The parking lot at Powerhouse is looking good. It's looking nice and empty. So I am hoping that the very few people that are here are not in that exercise room. About to get this practice, this cardio. Check-ins were a wreck, but we're going to turn it around. Ruben sent me a new diet. Like I said, we discussed me like I'm like needing more support during this prep. So we're turning it around. Welcome back to the vlog. I guess this is a new vlog. I just realized that I ended my last vlog on my check-ins. And now I've already like talked in this vlog at least twice. Sorry, welcome back to the vlog. All right, guys, it's Sunday. I am leaving the gym, so we're in Bakersfield. I'm leaving the gym. I just did 40 minutes of cardio. I was gonna do an hour, but it just took me longer to get to the gym than I anticipated. I had to get the girls settled. And then when I got here, I like couldn't figure out how to sign it. I don't know, it was just, so anyway, but we have somewhere to be. So me and Ruben are planning to come back later. Thank you. Same to you. Me and Ruben are planning to come back later. So I will just try to finish up as much cardio then as I can. So I just did 40 minutes, like I said. I'm not going to get an hour and 20 done later. Like, I'm not going to get to 2 hours today. I just have to, again, accept that. But I should be able to get at least another hour later. So we'll see. Maybe I will get an hour and 20. I don't know. We're going to find out. Allison texted me. She's like, how's your body looking? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I'm not going to. I think I just need to put my head down. I think if I look at my body, I might have a meltdown. I think I just need to assume I'm not there yet and keep it moving. So anyway, I'm about to head back to my brother's house, get in the shower, get Reagan ready. And then we are going to a showcase. So if you are in cheerleading or have ever been in cheerleading, showcase is like the beginning of the season. So all of your teams, they had tryouts in the beginning of summer. They've been, working on skills. They have choreography. Now they've been running routines. And this is like just like the kickoff to the season before they start competing. Similar to like in bodybuilding, or maybe you would call a warm-up show, except that it's not a competition. It's only teams from this gym, and all the parents and everyone comes to watch everybody's routines. And it's also like a big fundraiser for them because they do raffles and they have vendors come. I don't know. It's like a whole big event. It's like till 7 p.m. tonight. We're not going to be there till 7. We're going to watch my niece, and then me and Ruben are going to leave for a few hours to go work out, and then we're going to come back and watch later because we really only want to watch my niece. Like, I don't need to stay there to watch these kids. I don't know. We're going to stay as long as we stay. But anyway, I'm headed back to my brother's.
To Joey from Cousin Ray Ray. Go, Joey. You got this. Never give up. Just do your best. I love you. To Joey again.
Okay, guys. So, still Sunday. We watched my niece perform. And now we left her with my mom. There's like an intermission in between. Sorry, this thing keeps sliding, whatever. There's an intermission in between. Sent Reagan with my mom. And now Ruben and I are back at the gym. He has to get a tour because we're doing a free trial. So he has to give a tour of the gym, but since I was already here, I didn't have to do that. And the people this morning did not care about that, so I never had to do a tour. Anyway, so I'm just on the treadmill, walking on an incline, just getting as much of this cardio done as I can. And then when Ruben's done his tour, I assume he's going to call me and we're going to work out. I actually don't know if we're even working out together because he's like, what do you have? And I was like, I don't really know. I was like, I really just have cardio, but what do you have? He's like, I don't really know. Like, Ruben hasn't worked out since the Olympia, and obviously I got hurt, so I've been keeping a little bit light on my list. So I told him, like, maybe I'll do a light back workout. But realistically, I just need to get these cardio minutes logged. So I'm going to prioritize cardio. Probably try to do 30 minutes now. Quick lift, 30 minutes after. Because I'm also planning to go full out tomorrow. So I don't want to do chest or shoulders. I don't want to do any push. I'd probably do a little bit of legs, but anyway, I'm probably just going to do a little tiny bit of back if I lift at all. Because, again, we are going full out tomorrow. That is the plan. That is the goal. Because I really got to see what this routine is really going to look and feel like. I told Ruben, I hope that Tyler does his breakdown of the fitness division from the Olympia soon, because he's obviously going to give feedback on routines, and Tyler's judging Ben Weider. So whatever feedback he says, like whatever he says are the good things about these people's routines and the things they need to improve on, like those are the things I'm going to make sure, because if this is the judge that I'm going to be standing in front of, I want to make sure that I do the things that he says specifically. Like, of course we have standards, but especially the routine, it's so subjective. I want to, like, you also have to kind of, like, yes, you have to stay true to yourself, but you also want to, like, kind of chameleon to the judges you're standing in front of. So I just want to make sure I maximize whatever Tyler says are, like, the consistent positive pieces of feedback. I want to make sure those things are implemented into my routine. So I'm like, come on, Tyler, get this fitness recap done. But yeah, I'm going to run it full out tomorrow. See how we do. Pretty nervous, but also pretty excited about it because I'm just excited to see how this routine is going to go. I really don't think that I have that many at this point. I feel like I only really have one risky skill. Everything else I feel pretty confident about, including the handstand pirouette. So it's earlier in my routine now, like time-wise, so I'm not as tired during that part. And I haven't really missed it. I mean, I've missed it a couple times, but I've hit it more than I've missed it. So I feel pretty good about that. So anyway, I'm gonna continue my cardio. See where Ruben is. All right, good morning, y'all. It's Monday. I am headed to Powerhouse to hopefully run a full out of this routine. I am terrified and nervous, but also very excited. I'm terrified just because of how it is. That it doesn't matter how many times you've done your routine. Like running a full out, especially because I have not done a full routine since Titans, y'all. It has been a month. It's been over a month since I've run a full out. Now, granted, I know I kind of did the same thing in between Van and Arizona, right? Is that the one that I like didn't do a full out until like the week before? But this is just different because now I also like, you know, I spent 2 weeks not on a diet. So I'm also heavy, y'all. I'm 137 again, still. And I know I was on point yesterday. And now, granted, listen, I know, I understand. Like, I say this to my clients all the time. You guys, just because you were on a diet yesterday doesn't mean like your weight is suddenly going to fall. Like, I do expect, though, that tomorrow, if my weight is not 135 tomorrow, I'm going to be irritated. I have got to be 133 by check-ins on Friday. Like, guys, I got to be 133 by check-ins. At that point, I will be 2 weeks out from the show. And by peak week, I have to be 131. Like, I just don't, maybe 134. Okay, I will give myself 134 by this Friday. But still, by peak week, I have to be 131. There is no other choice, or I'm not going to look great on stage. And of course, this is like my own standard because I do feel like, I already mentioned this, kind of like last year, I kind of feel like my physique ranking is kind of locked and loaded. Like, now, granted, I still like really, really want to fight for that second place physique. So I'm not like giving up by any means, but I'm just saying like, I probably am pretty safe in that third place physique. Like, I think that I would have to get worse to get fourth in physique. But I also think I have to get a lot better to get second in physique. And so I don't anticipate myself getting worse. And I'm trying to get better, but damn, like 137? Like, come on now, body. I need you to start bodying. So anyway, at this point, I'm not even looking at my body. Allison asked me yesterday, like, how's the body looking? And I said, I don't know, girl. I didn't look. I'm not looking. I'm just doing what I'm doing. And because if I look at my body, I'm going to get irritated. If I don't look the way that I'm supposed to look. And I am worried. I don't think that this would happen, but I'm worried that if I do look like something, that I'm going to like let myself slack. Although like probably not, because like at this point, like we're in there. But anyway, running this routine, I hope it goes well. I hope there are not a bunch of people up in that room. And then I'm going to do cardio. Ruben said no to 2 hours. Like, remember I said I told him I'm going to do 2 hours. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. Yesterday he said no. It's too much. So we agreed on 90 minutes. I said an hour's not enough, dude. Have you seen my body? Did you see my check-ins? Did you see how much I weigh? I got to do more than an hour. I got to do something. At this point, we have got to dig. And again, this is kind of like going back to Arizona where he's like, I'm not really interested in that. However, because I know that your mental health is going to suffer if I do it the way that I want to do it, then again, we're meeting in the middle. Again, he didn't want to put me on stage fasted in Arizona, but he knows that I get extremely stressed out on show day. So he's like, if leaving you fasted is going to keep your cortisol low, then I'll do it, right? So I kind of think that's what it is. It's like, look, if you can manage 90 minutes and recover, because that's what he's worried. He's worried about my recovery. He's like, if you can recover with 90 minutes, then okay. But he's like, you're not, like 2 hours, you're not recovering. Like, you're not eating enough to recover from 2 hours of cardio plus routine practice plus lifting. Like, it's not, no. So he told me no. So anyway, all that to say, hopefully this room is empty. There's a class that gets done at 11:30, so that's in like 5 minutes. I'm hoping like 11:30 to 12:30 is my block of time that I'm going to be practicing. And then 12:30 to 1:30 is when I'm going to be doing cardio. And then I'm going to go pick up Reagan from school. I'm supposed to train tonight. I'm subbing for one of my other trainers, but I just texted our subs and I said, can somebody train tonight? Like, I don't want to. Like, because I personally already train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That is my normal schedule. Now, granted, Friday I only train 2 camps, but still. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm subbing this Saturday. And I'm also subbing today. That means I'm working every single day this week. Like, no. So I asked our subs, like, can either of you do tonight? One of them just texted back and says she can. So I'm hoping and praying to God that the other one says, yes, please. I will do it. I said, I'll be there for feedback. Like, I will show up to the gym and, like, mentor you through this camp. But I just can't, like, physically be yelling on the mic and running. Like, I just can't do it. So if I get another trainer to train, then that means I can take camp tonight for cardio. If I don't get another trainer to train, that means I got to do another 30 minutes, you know, after I train or something. I really don't want to do that because I have to train early tomorrow, like for my own schedule. So anyway, that's that. Just getting to Powerhouse. I'm going to try not to parking lot pimp too long. So I got to rip off the Band-Aid and do the damn thing. Okay, so I got to the gym maybe 30 minutes ago. And I came into this room, but they were like finishing that yoga class. So there was a bunch of people in here. The yoga instructor stayed after to like do his own yoga. There were people talking, like it was just like, I sat in here for 10 minutes, like thinking like maybe these people will go, but they didn't. So then I just went and did 20 minutes of cardio and 10 minutes on the assault bike and 10 minutes on the elliptical. So now I'm back in here. It's still not empty, but like there were so many people in here earlier. So I'm probably not going to do a full out because I've already done 20 minutes of cardio. But I am probably going to run halves today. And then I actually think I'm going to save my full out for the day after a rest day. I'm just like thinking of my schedule of when I can pretty much guarantee that this room is going to be empty. And that's like usually nighttime, like later at night or the middle of the day, which is like right now, but there was just a class, so I don't know. I have to think about it. Sunday mornings are always empty, so definitely Sunday, maybe Saturday night. We're just gonna see how it goes, but I'm just gonna not plan to run a full out during the week because I'm gonna probably get frustrated if every time I think I'm gonna do it, I can't. So I'm just gonna run some skills, some sections, and then go finish cardio, then go eat and pick up Weider. Okay, so the two girls that were in here left. I did like a faux full out while they were in here. Sorry, I'm trying to stand this up. I did like a faux full out when they were in here. I obviously didn't do my tumbling, like my running tumbling. And then I didn't do my back handspring 3/4 rebound to push up. And then I stopped after my headstand skill. So it was probably about like 70%. But I mean, considering the fact that I already did 20 minutes of cardio and there were people in here, it was actually pretty good. So I'm sitting right now. I'm literally just going to rest for like 5 more minutes. I've already been sitting for about 5 minutes. I'm going to rest. Someone's walking in, so I'm probably not going to get a full out. I was going to say I'm going to rest and run a full out, but my earbud like kept flying out. So I was going to play music out loud. To be honest, I might still play music out loud. Like, okay, now somebody else is walking in, so I'm probably not going to do a full out. So disregard everything that I just said about the room's empty and I'm going to sit here and play my music. I was going to play my music out loud because my earbuds are falling out. My JBLs fit my ears really well, so they rarely fly out when I'm doing routine stuff. These, they fit, but not well enough for me to do a full out without them like at least starting to come loose. So anyway, like I said, I was about to do a full out, but I'm just going to go finish cardio. Good morning, y'all. It is Tuesday. I am still 137. Like, I am not well. I have gone poop, but not. I know that there is waste in there. I know that a large part of this is that I'm on like the tail end of my period. I think I actually said this yesterday, but it is what it is. But I don't really think this is water like that. I mean, Ruben told me he wants me to start taking Expel this weekend. I usually don't do it before peak week, but I think he just wants to see what's going on underneath here. So anyway, I mean, I'm just sticking to the plan. I mean, there's nothing you can do. And as I said before, I do think that I'm probably safely in that 3rd spot. But I mean, you just don't know. Like, everybody else could be getting a lot better in these next 2 weeks. And so I'm just like, I don't know, I'm starting to see my countdown. Like, my countdown is in the teens, and I'm like, this is not what I want to look like or feel like. Like, I can feel that I'm not lean. Like, I can physically feel it, and I can like physically feel it with my hands when I touch my body, when I touch my stomach. I'm like, this is not what I should feel like 18 days out. And so it's just a little bit frustrating because like I feel like I'm doing the work. Hold on. Okay, I had to pick up something for my mom's. That's how close we live to each other. Now, granted, you guys are going to be watching this a little bit sped up. I mean, 1.2, it's not that sped up. I literally live a 60-second drive from my mom. Anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. I would have to go back and listen to the video. I just know that I don't feel the way that I should be feeling this close to a show. And it was like one thing when last week I was 137. I'm like, well, you know, 4 weeks out from a show, 3 weeks out from Van, I was still 137, like blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but here's the thing. First off, I already had mentioned, yes, that's what I looked like and weighed this far from Van or that far from Van. However, my Van look is not the target look. I need to be ahead of that. The second thing is, now it's another week and I still weigh the same. Like, so I'm a little bit frustrated by that, but I mean, there's literally nothing that I can do about what the scale says right now, so besides just keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I told myself that I wasn't gonna look at my body until check-ins, but of course I like went and posed this morning and I was not. I mean, granted, I was just in a sports bra and underwear, but I saw enough. So anyway, just doing what we can. We're gonna see what happens. I mean, the routine feels okay. I didn't go full out yesterday, obviously. What I did do looked really good. I mean, I was pretty tired, but I also did cardio first, so I'm just going to assume I'm not going full out until Saturday or Sunday. so that I don't get frustrated when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go full out on Wednesday morning, and then I go show up Wednesday morning and there's 35 people in there. Like Saturday night and Sunday morning, I can pretty much guarantee I will get at least 20 minutes of time in that room by myself. So that's just what I'm setting myself up for, knowing that that will only be 2 weeks out from the show. But I mean, it is what it is. That's just what we gotta do. And then the last thing, this has not to do with my routine, but to do with the show. They emailed yesterday a link to polygraph testing. This is new. I've done Ben Weider 3 times now. It was my 3rd time doing it. Now, I think because the IFBB and the NPC are like trying to make the natural shows like more legit and more prominent, right? We have to take a polygraph, which I'm pretty excited about. I mean, not that I'm excited about taking a polygraph, but I'm excited that they are making everyone do a polygraph, just because there's ways to pass a drug test. And as someone who is a natural athlete, like a true natural athlete, it's frustrating when you see these lineups sometimes, and it's not like not like there's a bunch of people trying to cheat the system, but I'm like, you're not natural. Like, and this is one thing, and then I really gotta go because I've been talking for 10 minutes. It irritates me for no good reason, but it irritates me when people who use gear go off their cycle for a couple months and they're like, look, now I'm natty. No, you're not. That's not what natural means. Natural means you don't use performance enhancers. Just because you are off your cycle right now does not mean that you are natty. Which, again, if that's what you want to put on your Instagram, whatever. But don't show up to natural shows and try to compete against and like try to steal wins from those of us who legit have no performance enhancing drug use in our history. It's not fair. That's the whole point of us doing natural shows. Like, yes, I compete in the IFBB, so I understand that I'm going to be competing against people who use performance enhancers, and that's a choice that I make. Like, yes, Andrea, it is what it is. You're choosing not to use performance enhancers, and you're competing against people who are. Okay, that's fine. That's a choice that I make when I compete in the IFBB. However, when I go to a natural show, the expectation is that every single person is actually natural. So, anyway, I'm glad that they're doing polygraph testing. So they usually do urinalysis just with the top 2. And then they said they will randomly pick people to take a urinalysis like at their discretion, but I don't think they picked anybody random last year. I think only the top 2. So anyway, I'm glad that they're making every single competitor do a polygraph before we compete. And then, of course, the top 2 will still do urinalysis. But anyway, that's really it. I'm going to finish drinking my coffee. All right, y'all. It's Wednesday the 30th. I am about to walk into Walmart to return something and get Reagan's Halloween stuff before I go pick her up from school. So I just left Powerhouse, did cardio, 45 minutes of HIIT. I did Burn Boot Camp Metcon. So that was good. I got to go back later tonight just for another 45 of steady. Well, 20 on the assault bike because that's a promise I made to myself. And then 25 steady. I'm a little bit sore from upper body day yesterday at Burn, so I'm only going to do cardio today. Okay, I wasn't going to check in with y'all until check-ins, but I did just want to share this small win. The weight did go down today. God bless America. Not by much, but by enough for me to call it a win. What time is it? Sorry, I'm headed to train, and I'm just like sitting in this. I don't know what time to leave for this 8:30 camp. It doesn't matter what time I leave. I'm like going to be late every time. Late for being early. Anyway, the weight did go down. I posed this morning, and I like held my poses, and those felt pretty good. Typically, holding poses is hard for me, which is why I need to practice it more. But I have been practicing a little bit, not as much as I need to. Honestly, I had this like come to Jesus on the treadmill last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have not practiced posing. I'm just about 2 weeks out, and I have not been practicing posing. And when I say practicing posing, I mean my posing conditioning. I've been hitting quarter turns, but I have not been holding poses. And I kind of panicked, like, oh, Andrea, like you said you want to maybe fight for that second place spot. You're not going to, like, don't get posed out. Do not get posed out of a ranking, because that's the thing that happens with me is I usually am like looking good, and then they take us through these rounds of quarters, and that's when I go down. So I need to be practicing holding these quarters every single day for at least the next week, right? So the next week gets us to peak week, because we're 2 weeks out starting tomorrow. During peak week, I'm probably not going to be like posing a lot every day, because we want to reduce inflammation. I don't want to be sore. I don't want to be tired, like all that stuff. But I mean, at least through Tuesday. So peak week starts on a Friday because the show's on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like I need to be posing, conditioning, and then I can take off Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday's my travel day. Thursday is check-in day. And then Friday's the show. So that should be plenty of time. I mean, posing is posing. It's not like I'm doing heavy squats. Like I don't need 3 days off to recover. Like 1 day, 2 days off should be fine. So anyway, I feel much tighter. My digestion is moving a lot better now. I was taking my Cascara Sagrada, which it's not a laxative, like it doesn't make you poop immediately, right? I mean, I don't think any laxatives make you poop immediately, but I mean, it takes a whole day. The thing says like 8 to 12 hours, but honestly, like I will take it. You're supposed to take it at night, like before bed, right? And then ideally, like you have a bowel movement in the morning when you wake up, right? Like, because that's the time. It depends on how long you sleep, right? I don't think I sleep long enough for that to happen. I usually take it when I wake up, and then it will work for me like that night, like 12 hours later, or even like 2 days in a row. I'll take it at night, and then it'll work, you know, maybe that next morning. So anyway, all that to say is I've just been taking one a day for like the last 3 days. Normally, like when it's an emergency, I take 2 in one dose, and like I'm cleared out. Like it gives me straight up diarrhea. I don't want that. We're not in an emergency situation where I just need to like have a colon cleanse. I just need it moving. So like I said, I've just taken one a day for the last 3 days, and it's just been getting things moving. Again, I'm not fully cleared out, but I'm okay with it because it's not show day, right? Like I'll get there when I get there. During peak week is really when we need to just make sure we're moving through food appropriately. So anyway, that is that. 4 minutes later, I really will not come back on here until we're discussing chickens. All right, happy Friday, everybody. It's November 1st. It is election month. It is my birthday month. It is Thanksgiving month. It's all of the things. Me, 2 of my little brothers, well, both of my little brothers, I should say. We all have birthdays this month.
Mom, you're going too fast.
Okay, Reagan says I'm driving too fast. My parents' anniversary is this month. I really want to think of something like really special to do for my mom, because it's her first like anniversary without my dad. So, you know, and they renewed their vows last year around this time or at this time. So anyway, it was check-in day today. I look all right. I look better than I did last week. That's for sure. At least from the front, like there are noticeably sharper lines. I just have to spend some more time on my back pose because my back is so inconsistent. Like, and you guys know this, if you've been watching my prep vlogs, that's like one of my biggest hangups is my back posing. Now, granted, I'm not very muscular in the back, but it has to be a posing issue because sometimes it looks good. So it's not like some days I'm muscular and some days I'm not. Like sometimes it does look good, which means it can look good. So it should look good every time. It just doesn't. And some days it looks like I have no. So I got to spend some time on it. I thought that I figured it out, but I also have been, since I've been dealing with this neck/back issue, like holding my back pose does kind of bother me. So I'm wondering, like, is that why it's been so bad recently? I think it's also just because I'm not in good condition, but I don't know. Anyway, so we're 2 weeks out exactly today. I was 135.3. I was 135.1 yesterday. However, I feel tighter today than I did yesterday, and I didn't poop at all yesterday. So I'm like, okay, are we really like a 134.5, which is crazy because I was 134 at Ruben's show now 2 weeks ago, and I have not seen that number since. But I'm just thinking like, okay, if we're realistically 134, I think that by peak week, so next Friday, if I can get to 132, that would be amazing. If I can get to 132, I will feel good. I don't want to like speak it into existence, but ultimately I have to be realistic about what my expectations are. I'm not going to look better than I did at Titans. I'm probably not going to even look as good as I did at Titans. However, I don't have to, right? Like I want to, right? Every time you get on stage, you want it to be better than the last time you did. But just because I had to do like a lot of damage control, and honestly, it hasn't really been a smooth prep, even after I decided I was doing prep, it just hasn't been a great prep. Just as far as like managing time, like it just has not been a great prep. So that being said, I still I still want to feel good about how I get on stage. I do not want to feel the way that I felt at Vancouver, right? So if I can go into peak week starting at 132, I think that during peak week we can get down to 129, even 130. I would be okay with that. That's around my same stage weight. Now, my stage weight, here's the wild thing, y'all. My stage weight has pretty much been the same for all 3 shows that I did this year. But my looks were drastically different, right? So it's not like, okay, well, if I'm the same stage weight as I was at Titans, I'm going to look the same. No, because I was the same stage weight at Titans as I was at Van. Actually, I think it was heavier at Titans. However, if I can enter peak week at 132, wake up on show day 130 or less, I might not look the same as I did at that weight at Titans, but I will look good enough, right? There's not a world that I weigh that much and don't look decent, if that makes sense, right? So I don't really like to chase numbers, but at the same time, I know that at this point of like my body composition, like my muscularity, all that good stuff, if I weigh 130, I'm gonna look pretty good, even if it's not like my best 130, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but so that's the goal. I'm 135 today. I got 5 pounds to lose in 2 weeks. That's going to be very tight, but of course a lot of that's water. A good bit of it is poop. If I can lose 2 pounds of fat, which again, that's still pretty tight, right? Like that's a 7,000 calorie deficit over the next 2 weeks. It's still pretty tight, but it's absolutely possible. I just have to manage my stress, manage my time. Ruben has been extremely helpful with that. I think I told you guys in last week's check-in that I told him, like, hey, I need you to prioritize my prep. Like, it just feels like you're not interested in my prep. Like, to the point where I was feeling bad for going to the gym. And this week has been so much better. Like, there were a couple times where I'm like, okay, well, I can only do half my workout because I have to go do this, I have to go pick up Reagan, I have to go do that. And he was like, no, I'll do that. You finish at the gym. And so it's been definitely a much better week as far as that. So we just have 2 more weeks of just trying to put the foot on the gas, stay present, and just do the best that we can. My feet hurt. I thought it was from all the cardio, but I don't know. I took yesterday completely off and my feet feel worse. So I don't know. I'm going to do cardio today. I'm on my way to boot camp to do cardio, but I got to run a full out tomorrow. Taco and Bailey come to town today. I don't know if they'll be here also tomorrow. I think they're going back tonight. I think they're only here for today. But I would like to run a routine practice with Taco to see what she's looking like. But if we don't, we don't. But I know that I need to run a full out this weekend. Like, I have to run a full out this weekend because, again, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Pretty much whoever wins the routine round at this show is going to win. Unless it's like Madeline, who's the girl who turned pro at Junior Nats. She has a really good routine, but she's not going to do well in physique in this lineup. So besides her, like, if I win the routine round, I'm going to win. If Michelle wins the routine round, she's going to win. If Missy wins the routine round, she's probably going to win. So it's really all, like, ultimately, like, yes, I want my body to come in because I want to be proud of what I put on stage. I want to be happy with what I do as far as the prejudging round goes. But ultimately, this show is hanging in the balance of who wins the routine. So that is actually where my priority is. So tomorrow I'm going to go in there, run a full out, see where we are, see what we're working with, and then go on from there. So anyway, I can't believe it's 2 weeks out. The crazy thing is, like, we're a week away from peak week. I've been holding this secret in. I'm like itching to tell people. I feel bad. Okay, and then I'm really going to wrap it up. I feel bad for some reason, like, because I asked Michelle if she was doing the show. Before I decided to do this show, I asked Michelle, are you doing Chattanooga or Ben Weider? Because I was being nosy. I had no intentions of doing either. I was just being nosy because I want to know who's doing shows, right? She said, definitely not Chattanooga, maybe Ben Weider. That was before the Olympia that I asked her, because she was just saying, like, I had this calf injury, which now she's posted it, but she told me, like, I tore my calf. Like, I thought I was going to have to pull out of the Olympia. She's like, don't tell anyone. We're just working through it, blah, blah. But now she's posted about it, so I can say it. So she was like, definitely not doing Chattanooga. I might try to do Ben Weider. We're going to see how my calf feels. At the Olympia, so I told her, no, I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not going to be doing it. I'm eating. At the Olympia, I decided, or like right before the Olympia, I kind of decided, like, okay, you know what? I want to do this show. Again, at that point, she was a maybe when I decided. Then I found out she was a yes, but I was already like, I'm not telling anyone. So I feel like kind of deceptive because I told her I'm not doing this show, but then I decided to do it and didn't tell her. Like, again, I don't think that any other people are tripping on it, like are really that invested in the lineup like I am. So I think I'm overthinking it. Like, Andrea, should you tell her? And then same thing, I'm in Missy K's close friends group where she posts all of her prep updates. Like, she posts that only in her green circle of friends. And I see those updates and I'm like, should I tell her I'm doing this show? I feel like I'm spying on her. Like, would she take me out of this close friends group if she knew I was competing at the show? So I feel bad not telling her, like, hey, just so you know, I'm doing this show. But at the same time, like, it's not gonna change her body to know if I don't know. I think I'm overthinking it because I'm not really trying to do it to be deceptive to these people. I'm just doing it because, again, I'm trying to see how it impacts my prep. And so far, honestly, it's not making it better. It's not making it worse, but it's not making it better. So I think in the future, I'd rather just do what I normally do, which is everybody knows what shows I'm doing and it is what it is. But all that to say, like, obviously by the time this video drops, everybody already knows I'm doing the show. But I'm just thinking, like, in real time, in 1 week, we'll be a week out from the show. And in like 9 days, what is it, Friday, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, the list is coming out. Like 10 days from today as I'm filming this, the list is going to be out and everyone's going to know. And we're finally going to know if Maddie is doing her pro debut because the girl's been in prep all year long. Seems like she's officially been in prep since July. That's when her prep story highlights started on Instagram. She's been in prep since July. I'm like, there ain't any other shows left. So we'll find out. I'm excited. I'm always excited to find out these lists, whether I'm competing at the shows or not. But of course, when I'm competing, I'm even more like anxious to see the list. So anyway, late for boot camp as usual because I was messing around at the house, just doing nothing, folding clothes, like not in a rush. So I'm gonna get off this so that when I get to boot camp, I can just get out of my car and go.